Most AI agents claim they can revolutionize your workflow, 10 times your productivity, and even complete tasks that haven't been assigned to you yet. But the truth is, some of them are just expensive distractions. So I spent the last 2 months testing AI agents and found the ones that automate repetitive work, actually save time and resources, and don't require constant babysitting. Today I'll show you how each of them works in practice. I'll also reveal the exact framework I use to determine if an agent is worth it, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Mailtrap videos where we explore the world of emails. First things first, what even is an AI agent? Because I feel like every tool with AI slapped on it is calling itself an agent these days. Here's the real distraction. An AI agent is an LLM-powered system that can plan and take actions through connected tools and APIs to complete multi-step workflows, not just generate text. Say you ask, validate these 100 email addresses and send a brief outreach email only to the valid ones. An agent connected to an email validation API and your sending platform will check validity, filter out bad addresses, and send emails without you intervening at each step. A basic LLM chat interface, it will help you draft the email or validate the addresses. But without these tool connections, you're still copying, pasting, and clicking send yourself. So it's not that agents and LLMs are completely separate. Agents are built on top of LLMs. The difference is what they're connected to and how much autonomy they're given to act. This is particularly important for small teams. You see, when you're on a team of 15 people competing with companies that have 150, you need force multipliers. AI agents promise to be exactly that. One person doing the work of 3 through AI workflows. But there's a catch. If the agent needs constant supervision, or makes mistakes that create more work than they save, you're not multiplying the force, you're dividing your attention. And that's why I created a 3-part framework to evaluate every AI agent before I integrate it into my workflow. The first one I like to call the babysitting factor. If an AI agent saves you 2 hours, but requires 1.5 hours to check its work, that's not a good trade. You want to see a ratio of at least 3:1. For every hour of oversight, you should save at least 3 hours of work. The second one is all about risk tolerance. What happens when the AI agent is wrong, and how critical is the mistake? If it schedules a meeting at the wrong time, it's annoying, but fixable. If it pushes broken code to production, it's catastrophic. You need to match the AI agent's autonomy level to your risk tolerance for that task. And the third one is integration friction. Does this AI agent fit into your existing workflow, or does it require you to change how you work completely? Because I've seen teams adopt AI tools that are technically impressive, but require so much workflow restructuring that they actually slow the team down for months. The best AI agents plug into what you're already doing. The worst ones force you to work around them. Alright, let's test some tools. I'll walk you through 3 AI agent categories: coding agents, meeting agents, and email management agents. I'll show you specific tools I've tested and apply our framework to each. And I'll be honest about what worked and what didn't, because I've wasted time on overhyped tools and I don't want you to do the same. So let's start with coding agents. I tested 4 tools in this category: GitHub Copilot, Cursor AI, Gemini Code Assist, and Claude Code. Here's what I found. They all handle the basics well: autocomplete, boilerplate generation, writing tests. Where they differ is how much context they understand and the level of autonomy they take. The babysitting factor varies across the tools. For straightforward tasks, most hit that 3:1 ratio. I did feel like I saved more time than I spent reviewing. But the gap between them was bigger when it came to multi-file awareness. Copilot was weaker on architectural understanding compared to the others. Cursor indexed my entire codebase and actually got cross-file refactors right. Gemini was kind of a middle ground. It was capable, but when I tested it with edge cases, it required quite a bit of cleanup. For risk tolerance, Copilot and Gemini are better for low-risk boilerplate, where mistakes are easy to catch, but I wouldn't trust them unsupervised on anything complex. I did like Gemini's plan and approve workflow though. Cursor and Claude were great for medium risk refactoring. Claude's checkpoints and human-in-the-loop prompts were especially useful, as I found they reduced critical errors. I wouldn't say any of these tools are hard to integrate or require a whole new stack. Copilot and Gemini Code Assist easily plug into your existing IDE. Cursor is built as a VS Code fork, so no friction there. But Claude Code is terminal-based and may have a learning curve if you aren't used to CLI tools. Overall, if you're a junior dev, I'd recommend treating AI coding agents as learning tools, since the risk of mistakes slipping through is high. But they actually save time for mids and seniors who are good at code review. The next category we'll discuss is meeting agents. I tested Read AI, TLDV, and Firefly's AI. But before we move into my findings, click that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We have a whole playlist dedicated to AI tools, so don't miss them out. The babysitting factor is solid across the board. For simple note-taking, all hit that 3-to-1 ratio, if not higher. Transcripts are usually accurate, and action items are really helpful, especially during long cross-team meetings. I particularly enjoyed the search feature, which let me quickly find information in specific transcripts. For risk tolerance, failures are mostly in the annoying but fixable category. I encountered wrong speaker labels, missed action items, and occasional scheduling mishaps. Where you need to be careful is allowing agents like Firefly's and TLDV to push summaries straight to CRMs, as this can create mislabeled action items in your sales pipeline. When it comes to integration, the friction is minimal. All tools have Chrome extensions and desktop apps that are fairly easy to use, but they require careful setup, preferably from your security team, so that you don't grant them unnecessary permissions. During my research, I found that some users are unsatisfied with Read AI, claiming it auto-joins every call, and there's no way to turn the feature off. While I didn't encounter that myself, I'd still be careful with this tool, as it clearly has privacy and security risks. Overall, meeting agents will save you significant time if most of your workday consists of meetings and you need advanced features like automated workflows. If not, you're better off with the Gemini Assistant included in Google Workspace or Copilot if you use Microsoft 365. The last category I'll talk about today is email management agents. Here, I tested SaneBox, Inbox Zero, Fixer AI, and Shortwave. All of these tools are great at filtering newsletters, categorizing emails, and drafting replies. The babysitting factor was almost none once the tools learned my email patterns. SaneBox took about 2 weeks, but after that, it was sorting 90% of emails correctly into folders. I checked maybe once a day, so it definitely hit that 3-to-1 ratio. Inbox Zero and Shortwave both draft replies, and I'd say 70% of the time I just tweaked a sentence or two before sending. Fixer was interesting because it handles both email drafting and meeting notes, so I was reviewing in 2 places, but the summaries were accurate enough that I didn't have to rewrite from scratch. For risk tolerance, these are mostly low stakes. Worst case scenario, you miss a Black Friday deal you don't care about just because it ended up in the wrong folder. None of these tools sends emails on your behalf, so you're always in control. When it comes to integration, all tools are easy to install, but some are limited to a single provider. SaneBox integrates with almost every provider, including Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, and others. It's your typical inbox, but now you can actually access important stuff. Inbox Zero and Fixer plug into Gmail and Outlook. Shortwave had the most friction because it's Gmail only, and you need to link all of your inboxes to your Gmail account, which is pretty annoying. So if you have a budget and your inbox is overflowing, these AI agents will definitely speed up your workflow. After all this discussion, are AI agents actually worth it? Well, it depends on what you're trying to achieve and how much autonomy you can afford to give them. But now you have a framework to figure out which ones are a good fit for your team. Just pick one AI agent in the email category, test it, and let me know what you found out. I'm genuinely curious what's working for different teams. But if you're still not convinced and prefer to stick with traditional LLMs, we've just released a tutorial demonstrating how to get the most out of them with prompt engineering. Go check it out and I'll see you there.